Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. By the title of the video, today I'm just going to be doing a girl talk video. I see a lot of these videos come up under like my subscribed page, so the people that I subscribe to make a lot of these videos, and I don't know, it just seems like a good idea and I don't have any other ideas. Also, while I'm doing that, I'm going to be eating. Hopefully I don't spill this on me because this crew neck is brand new. I just got it. So I know y'all remember I just said that this crew neck was brand new. I'm eating my food, holding my plate up, and I realized there's this string coming from it and it's already tearing apart. Granted, it was only 11 bucks, but I feel like it shouldn't fall apart the first day that I get it, but whatever. I can always ask somebody to sew it. It's kind of sad, but it's a really pretty color, so. Okay, so the first like topic or whatever is periods. Obviously, very girl-like. The first question that I got was, do you remember your first period? So I'm looking at my computer, by the way, like on my Instagram. Do you remember your first period? Yes, I do. So I don't remember what year it was. I kind of have to like backtrack. I was 11, almost 12. So that was 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. It was the day of my sister's birthday and my stomach was hurting super badly. I had cramps so bad and I felt bad that I had to like leave during her birthday because we were all downstairs with my like aunt and grandma, and it just hurt so bad. Like the first one was probably one of the worst ones I've had. So I was like, you guys, I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna go to my bed. And my stepmom thought it was just a stomach ache or whatever. Maybe she thought it was a period, but like at that time she didn't give me stuff for it because, you know, it could have just been a stomach ache. So she brought me a hot water bottle and a heating pad because my stomach was literally in the worst pain of my life. And then the next morning I woke up and there was blood in my bed. So TMI, but like I said, this is a girl talk. So yeah, that was my first period. I was 11. My mom was 11 and my grandma was 9. So I think in like my family, we just all kind of start young. So if 11 is young to you, that's just how my family is. But I feel like 11 is kind of average. Okay, so the next question is, do you use pads or tampons? I personally use pads. I've tried tampons like 4 different times, but for me it's just like harder, I guess, which could come out weird and like people can twist what I'm saying and make it sound wrong. But for tampons, it's just harder for me to use, so I do go with pads. I did use a tampon once, and like the longest I used a tampon for was like 3 hours, and then after that I just couldn't, and then taking it out was so painful that I just didn't want to do it again. So I definitely use pads. I know it can be really like nasty, and I try to, like, every time I have my period I try tampons again. Like recently, ever since October of 2020, I keep trying because I'm sick of pads, but I just can't do tampons. So I use pads, but it's everybody's preference. I know a lot of people think pads are nasty, and then a lot of people think tampons are hard to use. So yeah, I'm a pad girl, I guess. Okay, so this question was from a guy, and he said, are period cramps as bad as girls make them out to be? Each person is different, but if a girl is complaining about her cramps, they're bad. There's no reason to like fake having period cramps. They're like really bad. Not for everybody, but for people that have them, most of the time they're bad. Like for me, they're not always bad, but like one day every time I get my period, at least one of the days out of like 5 to 6 of the days are really bad cramps. It could be the first day, the second day, it doesn't matter. One day I have really bad cramps, and sometimes I have cramps before my period and sometimes even after. If you're having them after, it's because you're like ovulating, which means that you have like a higher chance of getting pregnant, I think. I'm a girl and I still don't know everything about it, but like your eggs and stuff are going crazy, so you can get cramps, like ovary cramps, anytime. But around my period, it is really bad. So yeah, they're as bad as girls make them out to be. I know some people have really bad headaches or have to sleep or throw up because of the pain. I'm not like that. I just have to like get in different positions until my stomach stops hurting and take like 2 ibuprofens and eat. The eating doesn't help, but it comforts me, so there's that. Okay, so this question was from a guy, and he said, are period cramps as bad as girls make them out to be. Each person is different, but if a girl is complaining about her cramps, they're bad. There's no reason to like fake having period cramps. They're like really bad. Not for everybody, but for people that have them, most of the time they're bad. Like for me, they're not always bad, but like one day every time I get my period, at least one of the days out of like 5 to 6 of the days are really bad cramps. It could be the first day, the second day, it doesn't matter. One day I have really bad cramps, and sometimes I have cramps before my period and sometimes even after. If you're having them after, it's because you're like ovulating, which means that you have like a higher chance of getting pregnant, I think. I'm a girl and I still don't know everything about it, but like your eggs and stuff are going crazy, so you can get cramps, like ovary cramps, anytime, but around my period it is really bad. So yeah, they're as bad as girls make them out to be. I know some people have really bad headaches or have to sleep or throw up because of the pain. I'm not like that. I just have to like get in different positions until my stomach stops hurting and take like 2 ibuprofens and eat. The eating doesn't help, but it comforts me, so there's that. Okay, moving on to boys, which is the next topic. Yeah, just moving on into boys. Okay, so the next question is, what do you look for in a guy? So the number one thing that I look for in a guy, besides being nice, is humor. I don't know why, but I've always been really attracted to funny guys. I don't know, I just want a guy that can make me laugh. I love laughing and I love making other people laugh. I love to tickle people, not like random people, but people that I'm close to. Like, I love the sound of laughter and it makes me really happy. So somebody can make me laugh, it makes me happy, and I feel like I'm loved, if that makes sense. So besides being nice and laughing, physical wise, like what they look like, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but like I don't have a type, so I can't really say that. My preference is for the guy to be taller than me, just because I feel like it's cliche, and I don't know, I just hate guys that are douches for no reason. I made a TikTok on this and I was like, I have no icks, and then you turn your head and you say your ick. My ick is guys that are like rude for no reason, like a-holes. So I don't know why, but I do know why. It's because they're a-holes for no reason. Next question is how to talk to your crush. Honestly, I'm probably the worst person you could ask for this kind of advice. I'm very bad at talking to guys. Like, honestly, probably the worst. To be honest, I'm really bad at talking to guys. I'm really shy. Even if it's not somebody that I'm interested in, like, when it comes to girls and guys, I'm very self-conscious and I really care about what people think about me, and I don't know why. I want to change, and I don't want to always be like that, because I want to be able to live my life, like live my own life instead of living a life that people want me to be like. But I've always been really bad at talking to new people, so I don't know how to talk to a crush. Honestly, I usually get my friends to tell the guy that I like them or whatever, or like I tell my friends and they tell them without my permission, or I text them. I am very bad, so I don't know. I would just say go for it. Honestly, the worst that can happen is that they don't like you, and then like you have to stay in school with them for 10 more years, which, I mean, that's bad, but like it doesn't matter because you still have your friends, and that guy's just a douche in the end. All your friends are gonna be like, ugh, he's weird, why doesn't he like you? And then they won't like him, and like you can kind of stay clear of him. Okay, the next question is, how do you know if a guy likes you? This also is very hard for me because I'm bad at this. I'm bad at detecting people that like me. There's one guy that I knew for a long time. He told me in the 8th grade that he liked me, in the 4th grade, and I never knew until the 8th grade. So it really depends on each person, and I know it's like saying that because you'll never know really and truly until you ask them or their friends tell you that he does, or he tells you that he does. But it changes for every person, because what if he's shy or popular or well known or like a jock or whatever? I think it really just depends. But I think the thing that stays consistent with every guy, if they like you, is that they will talk to you. Even if they're trying to play hard to get or not let it show, they will put in the effort. Next question is, do you think the guy needs to make the first move? And I don't want to get bashed for this, but yes, I do. And I'm not trying to be like sexist or say like the guy always needs to make the first move, because I know some guys enjoy the girl making the first move, and if girls like making the first move and the guy likes it, then that's great. But I just feel like the guy making the first move is much more attractive, and it's just like cliche. Like, it's the cliche chivalry thing. Like, the guy asks you out, the guy gives you flowers, the guy holds the door open for you, stuff like that. I think is like makes everything right in the world. Like, it's good for either one, the girl or the guy, to do it, but I don't know, I just think that the guy should, but it's okay if he doesn't. Okay, so this is a little different, but it is very similar to the second topic. The third topic is relationships. So this is after you and the guy or you and the girl are done of the talking stage and the crushing stage, and you are in a relationship with them. Thoughts on relationships in high school. So honestly, I will be biased because I am in a relationship in high school and I'm very happy in it, and I feel like it could be very long lasting or forever lasting. I think dating in high school is good for you, but I don't necessarily think that it is like necessary or mandatory for you to date in high school, because the love of your life may be in a different country than you, and you may meet in 10 years, you may meet in college, you may meet in 30 years. Like, it doesn't matter when you start dating. You start dating when you find somebody that you want to date. You don't have to go and look for somebody to date, you know? When I first started high school, I kind of like got out of a middle school relationship, so I was very eager to get into a high school one. So I was looking for guys to date instead of just like waiting for somebody that I liked to show up. So I would look into guys that were in my grade and the grade ahead of me, but instead I should have just been waiting for a guy that liked me to come along. I'm not saying like, I'm not trying to say wait for like the guy to make the first move, because you can obviously make the first move, like I said a couple minutes ago, but I think that it is not bad to date in high school, although your parents do have a say in it, but I feel like you don't always have to listen to your parents. I'm sorry if there are parents watching and are mad, but like, you may meet the love of your life, and what are you gonna do, skip out on dating them because your parents said you can't date? It's just crazy to me. So I think dating in high school is good, but it's not something that everybody has to do or everybody likes. Adding on to what I said a second ago, just because people date in high school and people find their soulmates in high school doesn't necessarily mean you will. You still have like 70 years of life after you get out of high school, so you could find your soulmate in college or after college or at work. So don't worry if you don't find somebody in high school that you want to date, because there's so many more opportunities. There's literally, I think, around almost 8 billion people in the world. You will find somebody. Okay, this last topic I wanted to go into a little bit is friendships. I did talk about this in a couple previous videos about like how friendships work moving in from middle school to high school, but this question is, have you ever been in a toxic friendship? Yeah, I have been quite a few toxic friendships. One friendship was more like they were a bully. I'm not gonna say they were like a bully, they were a bully to me, but I wanted to be recognized by her and by her friend group so much that I just let it slide, and I would laugh at it with her. And the older I got, the more I realized like they were laughing at me. They weren't laughing with me. She would pull a chair from underneath my seat. She would make fun of me, call me ugly, call me like racist slurs and stuff like that. So yes, I've been in a toxic friendship. I've also been in others than that. But a lot of the friendships that I had that may be toxic, I try to work with that person, because, you know, even if somebody's toxic, most people that are toxic still have good personality traits. So you kind of don't want to lose that person after a while, because for the first couple months of your friendship, they were all rainbows and lollipops until their toxic part showed out, and then you were like, oh, do I really want to be friends with this person? And in middle school, a lot I dealt with that, and I would go through breaks in between friendships, and then we would reunite and be like closer than ever after a couple of months. And I don't know, it's not like that person was toxic in particular, but maybe what they were going through was toxic, our friendship was toxic, or that person was toxic. But like I said, I really tried to work with people and stay friends with people, because I didn't want to lose friends. I kind of had a small group of friends most of my life, so losing one friend would like kind of crush me, because then I'd be left with 2 friends. So yeah, I definitely have been in a toxic friendship, and my advice to you, if you are in one, if it is so toxic that you like want to hurt yourself, you want to hurt other people, if it's that bad, honestly, drop the person. Like, block them out of your life, block them on all social medias and whatnot. Try to avoid them at all costs if you go to school together, or if like they're a family member or something. But if they're just toxic to the point where like, this is childish, we should talk about this, then honestly just talk about it with them, which is what I did a lot. I would text paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs to this one girl, and I got into fights with a lot of girls, and I would cry a lot in school. But honestly, you just have to talk to people, because maybe they're going through something that you don't understand, or maybe they tell you what they're going through, but like, it doesn't seem as big to you as it is to them. So really, you just need to talk to somebody, because most of the time there is a reason behind somebody's toxicity, and it doesn't mean that it's okay or that it makes it an excuse, but like, they just need somebody to talk to. And if you're BSing around with them, then they're gonna take out all their anger on one thing towards you. Next question is advice on losing a friend. Okay, I don't really know how to explain this. So I've lost a few friends, like I was saying. I did lose a couple friends in junior high, and you just have to realize that in the moment it may seem like a much bigger deal than it actually is. So this one girl and I were friends from 7th and 8th grade, and we were really close with each other, and even in 9th grade we were still friends kind of, but we kind of drifted because we went to different high schools, and this is no shame on her at all. But I did kind of lose a friend because we became distant because of the spacing between us. And although she did have a great impact on my life, and like, she was a really good friend, I realized that like, it wasn't the end of the world that I couldn't be her friend anymore. Although we still talk and we're still on good terms, like, I'm just saying, it's not the end of the world if you lose a friend. Like, if you lose a soulmate, or you lose somebody that you've been best friends with forever, it will really hurt. And I'm not saying that it won't, but I don't know how to put this into words. The pain will fade away. You'll find yourself thinking about them once a week, to once a month, to once a year, to hardly ever. And I'm not saying that's how I am with this particular girl, but honestly, that is surely how it is. I used to think about her like every couple days, and then I would think about her every week, and now it's like I think about her monthly. And I don't know if you're just watching this video, so I don't want to come out as rude, because I'm definitely not trying to, but I just mean like, the pain and like the absence of that person will fade away, and it is okay. You're not a bad person. It's just like, your life is filled with new people, new interests, new things to fill in that place in your heart where that person was. And it doesn't mean that you're eventually going to forget about them, because I know for a fact I will not forget about this person, but it just means that you're okay living on without them. Okay guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I can do a part 2 to this video if you have any more questions in the comments down below. Also, I say this in every video, but if you would like to see certain videos from me, whether it be hauls or anything like that, please comment it down below. I will be glad to make videos like that. It's really hard to come up with YouTube video ideas, and sometimes I want to do hauls, but I'm like, do I really buy this stuff if nobody's gonna watch the video? So please like this video, subscribe to my channel. It's right here. There's a video right here that is recommended for you, and comment down below any questions that you have, or comment down anything really, because it will help promote my channel to other people if you comment down below.